Hello and welcome back to another video review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Mandalorians N1 Starfighter. This is from the Boba Fett set, and that's symbolized by the Boba Fett and Fennec Shand in the bottom left corner. We get this very nice black box art with the sort of green striping for the Book of Boba Fett set. We get the nice N1 Starfighter and this overview of Tatooine. We have, I believe that's the Mos Eisley in the background. In the bottom corner here, we have our 4 minifigures of the set. We have the Mandalorian here, we have Grogu, we have Peli Motto, and we have the BD droid. Maybe that's a hint towards a Jedi Survivor set, but who knows? One can hope. This is a 9+ set. It is set number 75325 and comes with 412 pieces. I gotta say, this is a very good shot of the actual Starfighter, and I'm actually quite excited to take a look at it. Looking at the top of the box, we can see here Peli Motto is our actual size, and we can see her there with the green sort of art there. On the side of the set, we have this Starfighter in a more zoomed in position with a continuation of that green stripe. Looking at the back of the box, we have this very nice backdrop of the hangar where the Mandalorian sets where they actually build the Starfighter and the Book of Boba Fett set. Peli Motto helps with her BD droid, with Mandalorian there as well, building the actual Starfighter to create his new ship. As his previous one destroyed, rip the Razor Crest. I do quite enjoy this like full-on backdrop with just a few things. Like there's, we can see here there's a couple play features. You can actually store, he does come with his jetpack in the set. You can store that in an actual compartment, as well as the Darksaber you can put in there as well. As well as there is a shooter in there as well. Not a stud shooter, but a blast. I forget the name of it. Anyway, so that is it for the box art. We'll take a look at the set and see what we think. And here we have the Mandalorian's new Starfighter. I gotta say, this is quite an epic sort of build. I do quite like it. There is a few issues I do have with it, and we'll take a look at that just a second, but just taking a quick look. Taking off these minifigures to the side. There is hair everywhere. I just got visited by my cat, so bear with that. But just taking a quick look. It's very big for the amount of pieces that there is, and I do love the sort of engines that we have. Now they're asymmetrical, so they're similar but different in the sort of building of it, and there's quite a bit of different sort of piecing that goes into the actual engines themselves. But just taking a look, there's like quite a bit of like blasters and like gold pieces. There's just pieces like hanging off to the side, as it is like a Starfighter that was built out of a lot of junk, so that kind of symbolizes that. With there's like paddle pieces, there's like a landing gear there for the actual engine, and looking at the back of the engine here, we can see that like the thrusters themselves, and there's pieces coming out of that, as well with here at the actual main engine itself, or the thruster there, the back. Just looking at it, there's like a sticker piece here, but there's not over on this side, and it's really cool for what is there. When you're looking straight on, quite a sort of menacing look to it. Here we actually have the main gun, and this you would push down and it would launch the shooter there, and that will launch quite a blaze. And that's lost now. So when that is up, you kind of like, you can angle that a little bit to have it like that. Now the main draw for this and the kind of cute factor for this is there are 2 different cockpits. So there's one for the Mandalorian himself and one for Grogu. And you can access these separately. Just popping this open, you can look at There's Grogu there, and he has this little cute little seat that you just pop him into. And again, this is separate from the Mandalorian, so if you want him just to get out like that, then just like that. That is pretty cool. And I do love the yellow coloring sort of strewn throughout. Just a little bit here and there, which is cool. Some at the back here. And there's a long sort of tail used with this rubber piece at the end, which is cool. Overall, though, cool set. There is a couple things that I wish were changed, and I probably will change myself. As you can see here, where the actual engine connects to the wing, for whatever reason, this piece here is left bare. So it's kind of like this ugly sort of, like the main body is like dark gray with a little bit of the lighter gray throughout. But we go from this dark gray to light gray with studs showing, and then the gunmetal gray. And it kind of distracts from it a little bit, so I wish they would have used like a different piece to sort of cover that up. Maybe have one of these pieces here, kind of making that to where the studs aren't showing. But overall, it's an easy fix, but just something I thought I'd mention. Taking the Mandalorian out of the cockpit for a second, we'll look at what that entails in there. We do have the sticker piece sort of shown here for the actual controls, and quite an interesting sort of cockpit there. There is weapon storage in this as well, which we'll take a look at. This is where we can put our Darksaber and our jetpack, because you can't actually have that in the cockpit. Like, you can't wear the jetpack while he's flying. So taking this piece off right here, this is where our actual storage is. So just taking, we have our jetpack right there, and you would have to take the Darksaber apart in order to put it in there, but it will fit. And there's that there. And just taking a look at what that looks like, you can see there's actually a pink piece, which is cool, right there. But this is what it looks like inside. And just popping this back on, it's like nothing was ever amiss. So pretty cool set. We'll take a look at the minifigures next and see those. So here we have the Mandalorian, and it's all his glory. I do quite love the printing on this, like the printing everywhere, and it's all metallic silver, so it's really nice. We get on the side here, we get this little insignia of the Rancor. Again, more printing on the side of his arms, printing on the legs, printing on the back, all quite nice. You won't really see this unless you kind of don't want the jetpack on, but we'll take off the head. He actually does have his face printing, which is nice. I believe the last one that came in, like the previous set, like the Razor Crest there, he didn't actually, it was just a black head, so this is quite a nice addition, as well as in the Tusken Raider camp, he also had a black head. He does not have any hair or a second face, it's just this regular face here of neutral. We'll take a quick look with the actual jetpack on, and this nice dark gunmetal gray. Pop that on, pop the head on. So this is what he looks like with that. And then right there, quite nice actually. One thing is the Darksaber is just the black cylinder piece. It is not anything special, but I do know in the new set that's coming out, I'm not sure if it's out yet, but the Spider Attack set from the Season 3 of The Mandalorian, that does include a new piece for the actual Darksaber, so that will be interesting to see. Quite excited to actually look at that, but that is it for The Mandalorian. Look at Pelimoto next. This is our mechanic that we've seen throughout the Mandalorian show, and in the Book of Boba Fett episode where they actually build the N1 Starfighter. Really cool sort of character to have. I do love her hair. It's very frizzy and very like accurate to what we see. She does have a tool belt on, and this really nice sort of work uniform that she has. Taking off the hair, she does have a second face, more of a happy face there. And again, continuing with printing on the back, nothing special, but still printing there. That is it for Pelimoto. We'll take a look at Grogu and the BD droid. So just taking Grogu out of his little cockpit. Here we have Grogu, the same that we've had for the past couple sets. It does use that baby the baby piece here, and he does have a little bit of printing on the torso. Oh, his head is rubber. Okay, I'm just throwing it everywhere. Man, I'm clumsy. His head is rubber, and his ears are a little bit movable, so just something to note. Tossing to the side, we'll look at BD Droid. Just a little bit of printing on his legs, on the side of his head. Very cute droid, and I'm really holding out hope that we actually see a Jedi Survivor set. That would be really cool with BD1 and Cal Kestis. It would be nice to see the Mantis as a set with those characters, but who knows? That is just a hope of mine. That is it for the characters. We'll take a look at the instruction manual and extra pieces. So here we have an instruction manual, very basic. Have our set there with our characters out. Have our Lego Star Wars up there, and then we do have a progress bar, and that is symbolized with our Mandalorian character. Other than that, the instructions very standard. Here we have our three Book of Boba Fett sets. Here we have the Jabba's Palace, the N1 Starfighter, and Boba Fett's Starship. And that is it for the instruction manual. Looking at the sticker sheet next, there are only a couple. There are only 3 stickers. We have one for our control panel, we have another for the engine, and then we have another for the actual turret. And then here is our extra pieces. Quite a bit. There is a couple of the lightsaber handles, and there is another tool belt as well, which is cool to have. Other than that, nothing too crazy going on, but that is our extra pieces. So some final thoughts as we close the video out. This is a great set. It's symbolizing the new starship of the Mandalorian that we see in the Book of Boba Fett and in the Mandalorian Season 3. I love to see that it's an N1 Starfighter. The coloring is great. There's a problem just with the sort of studs showing on the engine box, but if you don't mind that, then that's fine. We get great characters here with the Mandalorian. We have Pelemoto, we get a BD Droid, and we get a Grogu. I do love the inclusion of the actual second cockpit for Grogu, and I love that they managed to get that into the set. Overall, it is a great set, and I actually did get this on clearance, so it makes it even better. But overall, highly recommend picking this one up. Probably one of the cooler ones I've seen of the Book of Boba Fett sets. Probably the coolest one. And I do look forward to seeing more of the Mandalorian sets with the actual spider droid that we'll see later on. I'm very interested to see the new Darksaber piece, as it'll be should be more accurate to what the Darksaber looks like versus other lightsabers in the actual Star Wars universe. So that should be cool. But overall, great set. Highly recommend picking up. And yeah, that'll be it. I will see you in the next video. Peace.